No. Oh, we're live.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. So how you
Oh,
doing?
now we're live. Sorry, I had the dog come running at me. Hello, mate.
Hey. Well, I can hear you, so that's good.
Can you see me, though? Can you see me?
I can see you.
Mate, thanks for inviting me onto the live. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Maybe we can do this more often if it all goes as planned.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Just trying to stay warm. That's all.
I'm trying to stay cool.
Well, we both got our fans going, right?
So you let me know if I start going all jerky and weird, because as we know, my internet is plugged into my tree, so it's not the greatest.
Right. No, you're a little jerky, but not bad.
DeFingers said we can see you both. Thanks, legend. All right, now I can see.
All right. Cool. All right. So
that's the end of the show. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah. So right? Time to run away. Oh, okay.
So what's going on in the world of boons? Fill us in. What's happening, mate?
Not much, man. I'm just trying to get some other videos done, but unfortunately with ill climate weather, it's been a little tough, but hopefully be able to get some stuff done here soon. And you? How are you? What you got going on?
Mate, a little bit. Just trying to reorganize this shed of mine, which is work in progress. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew.
Yeah, you got quite the project ahead of you, bud.
What have I done? What have I done?
No, that should be stellar though when you get done with it. That's gonna be really cool. I'm looking
Well, I think
forward.
it's going to cost me an airplane ticket, because I might need you to come over and do some scenery, mate. I've had a try at that, but I'm no good.
We can do it. That'd be cool. If anything, we can do it via live stream. How about that?
Yes, no, I won't tell everyone. I won't tell everyone your secrets, but we do talk a lot off camera, which I don't know if many people know that you and I do chat a lot off camera, and I'm pretty excited about what some of the stuff that you've got coming up, which obviously I won't say anything, but mate, it's going to be a big 2022 for you.
It should. It should. I mean, hopefully big things are in the future. I think things are going to be looking up. Definitely got some exciting things planned.
Yes, so. And I'm wrapped that you shared them with me. So, but again, I'll keep my lips sealed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you got some pretty cool stuff coming up too. So.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, Australia is really good for slot cars, but obviously it's a big country just like yours, but it's few and far between to find slot car centres these days. The hobby itself, I wouldn't say it's not dead, but it's more of a home hobby now. So it is. I wouldn't say it's hard finding help, but it's hard finding the right people to do the right job for you. But that's the fun of this hobby, I guess. It's trial and error.
Right. No, I mean but I've seen here in recent though, it seems to be picking up. We seem to be getting a little bit more traction, more people getting involved. You know, more YouTube channels that are popping up. So, you know, I believe that it's actually going in the right direction.
I agree, and I think we can learn a lot of tricks from other hobbies, whether it's die-cast cars or Lego or whatever it is. I think this hobby can sort of run side by side with them, and a lot of those hobbies do cross-branding as well. You know, some people collect Lego, as you can see, the new Carrera set with that sort of block building base, and I think that's great. That's probably going to start a new revolution in slot cars, which may branch across. You never know, but I think I agree, mate. We are definitely going in the right direction. And I have noticed a huge amount of YouTubers, Instagram pages. It's good. It is so good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've really noticed as far as the influx of questions and stuff that I've had, that there's a lot of newcomers that are starting to step into the hobby. So, I mean, that's great. I mean, if we can keep that type of momentum going on, maybe we can bring back the glory days. You know, that would be really cool. You know,
I think that's all our goal, and it's funny you said that because I wasn't around. I mean, I may look like I was born in the 50s, but I definitely wasn't. But I would have loved to have that feeling where you're lining up just to get into a track. You know, you're all meeting there as a group of people. That'd be great. But that's, I mean, in here, I don't know what it's like in your side of the world, but over here, a lot of the track racing happens at home now, which is really good because it's more of that personal feel. But it would be great to just get that feeling, I guess, which I've never felt, where you're lining up out the door, waiting to race. It'd be awesome, mate. But technology has taken over, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. So
I was going to check some of your comments quickly.
What's that? Yeah, you're breaking up just a little bit.
I'm just checking some of your comments because they're coming up on my screen, which is I'm like, oh, but I can't see the comments. I don't know if anyone is asking you any questions or not. I can't see any of them on my end. My internet's saying no, thank you.
Oh, well. Oh, cool. So what were you were working on something today. What were you working on today?
Because of you, unfortunately, I shouldn't say that, but I'm really trying to dip into, and I watch all your videos, and again, I'm so happy we speak off camera because some of the stuff that I get to see before everyone else really inspires me to go, hold on, Trav, you need to start doing some more scenery, really taking it serious. So a lot of the magnetic racing stuff that I received, I went and bought a airbrush, which it's not like your normal airbrush, but I will do a video on that, and I know you've seen it, I've showed you.
Right.
But I think for someone like me who's not experienced like you, it gave me the confidence to go out and buy this cheap set. It's quick, it's easy, and you know now I can spray up some of my models, which I think this morning I was spraying up, and this is all because of you, the start-finish wording for my magnetic racing gantry. And without the airbrush, I don't think I would have really got further into it because it's hard for me to find time to sort of pull out paint, start painting. Where this airbrush that I've purchased is just, it's quick and easy, mate. And for someone like me who's not, you know, very good at it, it gives me confidence to have a good old crack at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, once you get good with an airbrush, as far as painting and shading and stuff like that, I mean, you're going to really like that the more you use it and everything else. I think it's going to be a real benefit.
But I think some of your techniques that I've just watched in the videos, a lot of them are from spray cans, which I think wowed a lot of people because you can go to your local, we've got a Bunnings over here, which is probably, what's your big store over there, your big hardware store? What's that called?
We have a few of them. I tend to frequent the Home Depot more than I'd like to admit. But
Home Depot. Well, that's like our Bunnings. Home Depot's like our Bunnings. And yeah, it's great to see that the stuff that you're showing in your video, I can actually go to my Bunnings and buy the same product and try that same technique, which, mate, I've learned a heap watching yours. And I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I'm in awe.
Well, I like to try to do it in such a way where show a technique that anybody can go down to a store, grab the materials that they need to do it, and can apply it. I mean, I have an airbrush, I have all that type of stuff, but that limits the amount of people that are going to be able to do that. So if I could show an effect that, you know, you don't have to invest in an airbrush, you don't have to invest in specialty paints, you can just go down to the local corner hardware store and pick up a few different colors of bomb can and make something turn out that's really cool. Then, you know, that just helps expand, you know, the hobby that much more. So
what's your plans for 2022? Because I think even your advice around, I mean, I'm not an expert at it, so me doing a review of a product that helps spray paint something is probably pointless. I'll do it, but it's pointless. But would you look at doing stuff like that? What you recommend, you know, steps for people? Here's a spray can step, then you get the confidence. Here's an airbrush step. This is the airbrush you should focus on if you're a beginner. I can really see you blowing up that side of the hobby that, you know, people like myself really can't do because I'm not an expert at doing this stuff. I would love to see you do more of that, showing us once you step up, this is what you should buy, or I recommend you buy, or whatever it may be.
Right. Well, it's kind of like the new series of videos that I've been putting out as far as track painting. And lately I've just kind of stayed with a certain type of technique, and I'm showing those techniques through. But I do plan to step that game up and say, okay, since we've done this, our next step up will be bringing out that airbrush and whatnot, and getting into those, you know, those little bit more difficult things. But it definitely step up the game a little bit. And I didn't want to jump to that right off the bat. You know, I wanted to show some other stuff that was that, you know, that a guy could say, hey, you know what? I think I can do that, you know? But yeah, those type of techniques are coming. And then I have some different techniques as far as with cracking, and I do plan on doing a red brick technique on track. It actually has it's not going to be painted on, it's actually going to be etched into the track. So it's actually going to feel and look like real bricks. Same thing with cobblestone and that type of stuff too. So some really cool stuff.
Now you're just showing off. Damn it!
Just kind of stepping it up. I mean, I have an example that I went ahead and put up, but yeah, let me show you real quick. I was kind of playing around, but
yes, show us, mate. Show us.
But if we go down into here, this area right through here is cracking.
That's incredible. I love that.
Actually has texture to it and everything else. So, you know, it's.
And was that hard to do? Would you say that's something anyone can do?
No, extremely easy, you know, and that's the thing. It's an easy effect, but it just pushes it over the top that much more, you know. Especially when you go down, you can touch it and go, wow, dude, that actually even feels like cracks. And the cool thing is,
that's proper crack. That's not a paint job. That's proper cracking.
That is that's proper cracking. Yeah.
Is that a word?
No, actually, in the last video when I did the concrete and the blacktop, and I whipped out the soldering iron, and I did with the soldering iron, that's actually done with soldering iron as well. So, so that's coming up. So I definitely want to get that video up here sooner than later. So now that I have the track down, maybe I can persuade the wife into me keeping the car outside a little bit longer so I can go in.
It'll turn into an ice block, mate. You showed me photos this morning of how cold it is. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I mean, last night it got down to what, 17 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
And we had a wind chill pushing it into this low single digits. So it's a little chilly. And
you're running a heater right now, aren't you?
I am running a heater right now because
it's weird because you're sitting next to the heater and I've got a fan blowing up my legs.
Right. Yeah, you're in summer and we're in winter up here.
And I'm in the future, and I keep telling you, it's not much better, mate.
Yep. But yeah, so we have that, and plus it looks like that I will be doing some reviews for magnetic racing too. So we are going to actually start playing around with that. I figure I let it out of the bag.
No.
Yeah.
Mate, I can't wait for that. Bag out of the hat. I cannot wait to see what you can do.
Yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to have some fun stuff they got such awesome stuff. And, you know, I'm really excited to grab a hold of that and just start playing with it, you know. See how.
I can't believe you're talking, mate. You should have kept it a secret.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't wait, mate. I'm excited. Look, I think this is a really good move for magnetic racing to send some stuff for you to try and build and put your own flair to it. I can't wait to see. Now that you've opened the can, I might as well talk about it. I can't wait to see what you can do. I cannot wait to see what you can do.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I want to build, you know, take it all the way through, you know, like I normally do. We'll explain everything through how to put it all together, get it all painted, and then we'll see what else we can do. So then we'll take it and just push it and see what we can do from there.
Would you say from the heart that you're a scratch builder? Because I know I watch a lot of your stuff and you do a lot of scratch building. So I think you doing a kit build, people will then go, all right, I can do this as well. And I mean, scratch building, I can't do it to save my life.
Right.
Show me some of your stuff on your track that you've made personally. And I'll tell you what, if I did that, it'd be crooked. It'd be glued everywhere, be fingerprints everywhere. So it's good to see that you're getting a kit that we can purchase and go, all right, I'm going to try and do the Boone's effect. Hold on, I might trademark that.
Yeah, I mean, the little travel trailer, I mean, that's
Cool. That's so cool.
You know, and you know, like the tower that I have back there, you know, that's a pretty good
The little
size.
tower. The little tower.
The little tower. Yeah, you want me to? Yeah, here. So
grab it, man. That thing is massive.
So it's a little bit bigger than a little tower, but
it is huge.
But if we can, you know, I've also thought about, you know, making a video with this, but you know, it's a little involved.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was fun to build. You know, I love doing this type of stuff. It's really fun. But yeah, getting all those little, you know, like your little decals and stuff on the windows and that type of stuff.
I love it. Cool. I think the realism that you add to it, that's what steps it up. That's what makes it, I think, a you piece. So in regards to doing this kind of stuff, I mean, you've got a beautiful track behind you. What is your slot car history? How did you start in the slot car hobby, I guess?
I started probably like most of us did, you know, well, it's this time of year, Christmas. And my father being in racing and that type of stuff, I was around racing my whole entire life. So at a young age, I was being drug around to different tracks and stuff like that. And it's kind of funny. My family laughs about it, but my first word I ever said wasn't mom, wasn't dad, it was car. So my first word was car. Yeah, my first word was car, and my second word was race. So, you know, I got a doom from the get-go. So
are you being serious?
I became mom, you know, but yeah, it's kind of funny. So like anybody else, you know, as far as Christmas time came around, you know, here, you know, Santa Claus brought a slot car track, and it kind of went from there. And my father had an old 1960s Strombacher, you know, big 124 scale track. And
wow.
For a lot of, I wish I still had that. Unfortunately, yeah. It's no longer with me. It got thrown out years ago, you know. But
damn it.
Yeah, I know. My mom, she saw that it had rust on the rails, and yeah, there it went. So, but yeah, as far as the old Tycos, that type of stuff, you know, AFX, I was really mostly HO. And then I
think we all start with HO, don't we? I think HO,
yeah,
it's like the starting.
Yeah. And, you know, I was, you know, really into like little Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars and stuff like that. So they always seem to end up on the track too, you know.
And hold on, I'll stop you there. How many Hot Wheels or Matchbox do you have? Because we've spoken about this.
I've got quite a few. I think I'm up around 8,000 cars. Yeah. You know,
we are sick people. We are very sick people.
It's not right. It's a sickness.
What are we doing? We're grown men.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's fun. You know, you always say, you know, I'm trying to stay in touch with my inner 10-year-old, you know. So
you've rolled it. It used to be 14, now it's 12, now it's 10.
Yeah, you know, it kind of, you know, indecisive, you know, all depends on what side of the bed I get up.
So what happened then? You went from HO, and how'd you get into all the scenery stuff?
Scenery stuff was just kind of, you know, kind of evolved. I got into building, you know, model kits and that type of stuff when I was younger, and started playing around with kind of a little bit of dioramas and that type of stuff. And then pretty much stepped away from that side of the hobby. Got it real heavily into RCs, started doing that. And then pretty much stepped away through all my 20s and 30s and that type of stuff, and came back to it just recently. And actually, one of the reasons for inspiration was slot mods, and I started looking around for something to do. I was kind of bored, and all of a sudden I saw Dave's tracks, and I was blown away. And
incredible, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it sparked a thing in me. Said, you know what, I want to do that, and so that's kind of where it went from there. And the only thing that I kicked myself for is that I didn't start the YouTube channel sooner than what I did, because there was a lot of stuff.
But it's going gangbusters, though. I mean, of course, there's probably stuff you've done that we haven't seen.
Yeah,
but in regards to
stuff, yeah. But
like I said before, it feels like we're on the first date, and I'm sort of I'm liking what I'm hearing. What's your favorite color?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it's all about having fun, you know, and that's the big thing. And you know, and I didn't want to sit in front of the TV all the time. I want to get away from the TV and start creating again. And my history with automotive and everything else, I got out of that and I went to go work for a Boeing company, but I was lacking that sense of accomplishment, and the scenery really helps me with that. You know, you get all done with it and you look at it, you drink a cup of coffee, and you're like, wow, that's really cool. So
yeah.
But
someone just asked, is that an Atari in the background? It is. I'm a loser. I'm like, what can I put in the background? Yeah, that's an Atari. I cheated. I had nothing else. It looks so raw right now because I haven't finished or started really. I thought, what can I have in the background? I think the reason I started, mate, is I've loved this hobby. I remember I visited Mr. Slot Car here in Melbourne, Australia. It would have been 15 years ago in Dandenong. And that was an epic centre. Like, you walked in and you had that feeling like, oh. So I remember walking in there going, I really want to start racing. And I kind of didn't, because I was doing RC racing, plus I was doing my own cars up or whatever I was doing, plus working like we all do. So I thought, I'll put that on the back burner. And then I started buying stuff. And with the Hot Wheels as well, you and I have spoken before, we've both got a very, very massive collection of die-cast cars. I think I'm the same with you. I'm around the 8K mark. It's just a sickness. And that's how I first started with Instagram, by taking photos of Hot Wheels, you know, hunting for Hot Wheels. When I traveled around the world, to Europe and Asia, I'll buy Hot Wheels. But I wish I was buying slot cars, which I was, but I wasn't filming that. So anyways, I thought I might start YouTubing some videos on slot car tracks, slot car reviews, and there was really nothing. And this is only around about 2 or 3 years ago. There was no channels that I could really say I found that I was going, I'm getting my slot car fix. So I just went, I was injured for a bit. I did an injury, so I had surgery, and I just started the channel. And I mean, it's grown okay. To this date, it's been pretty good, but that's how I started it, mate. It was a passion. I wanted to, represent Australia when it comes to, doing the slot car world, because there wasn't really anyone doing it, I guess. And now we've got YouTubers in every corner of the world, which is great. But SRC kind of got me going. I've been with them for probably 4.5 years now, I think it is. They've supported me through my photography days when I was doing Instagram only. So I really like that brand. But of course, I'm not biased, mate. I review any brand and give my feedback on it, as you do. We're both very honest people, I think.
Well, cool.
I think we're both sort of from the same grain. It's just you've got more racing history behind you. I don't think I had a racing. Oh no, I think my grandma, she did side kart with my grandfather when they were probably our age. They were side kart racers. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. But nuts, man. The way they hang out and stuff like that is like, And
I think she was the cart. I think she was the one hanging off the side from memory, and Pop was the one putting the throttle down. So I don't know if he was happy with his marriage. Maybe he was trying to get rid of her. Next corner. She was just too good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome stuff,
That's
man.
that's how I started, mate. But I guess the goal for both of us, and we speak about this all the time, is just pushing this hobby onto the world stage. I guess where I guess my goal is to getting the companies to realise that social media, YouTube. I guess we can use the word influencers is probably the future to get this hobby to the next level, like Lego, like Hot Wheels, like video games. They use social media so well, and I think we're just picking that up now with some of these manufacturers going, hold on, we might need to start looking at these people saying, hey, what do you think of this or what do you think of that? That's my goal, mate, because I think this hobby is great, and it's been here forever. It's been here for a very long time. I'm just checking your comments. I think people are asking you questions, mate, and I don't get the comments up, but I'm just going to bring them up and see. Are the comments coming up on your screen?
They are on the sides here. Let's see here. It says, hey guys, hope you had a great Christmas. Yep, had a great Christmas. Wishing you much.
Slotcar mods. Slotcar mods is in the chat.
Yeah,
Legend.
That's awesome. Wow,
mate, he's an absolute legend. We're on Team SRC together, which I don't know if many people know. Me and him both represent SRC, and he was thankful enough when I first started to do a spread in his magazine. So I appreciate what he did. He's a really, really, really top guy. And that's the thing. The people in this hobby are incredible. Everyone's mostly are pretty nice. You got your odd few that don't like what you're doing, but like you and I always say off camera, it's, we do it because we love doing it, and we just keep doing it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it for the love of doing it. You got to make it fun.
Right.
And it's kind of one of the reasons why I started the channel, is because there was a huge void. I mean, I could find scenery for the guys that do the gaming, and you could find scenery for the train guys. I mean, there's tons of those channels out there, but there was no one. Yeah, there was no one out there doing for our hobby. No one was making a 76 ball or guardrail or or those type of things. So that's we need to get that done. That need to get out there. So that was
I think the big goal is taking the word niche out of our hobby, because it is very niche at the moment. And I think once that word niche is removed, because more and more people are doing what we're doing, then I'll be happy saying, you know what, this hobby's not niche anymore. Because I hear that a lot. Trav, the YouTube video you're doing is a niche market. Yeah, that's fine. But one day it might not be. One day, you're doing the scenery. There's a lot of us doing reviews. I've pushed you to do reviews, so you better do reviews, mate.
I know.
You better do them because you're a funny man, and I'll tell you. An MP is an absolute funny. The people representing the hobby are just. We're trying to make it not niche, and that's my goal. If this becomes the everyday hobby like trains or RC, that'd be so cool.
Right.
It'd be so cool. And I think what you're doing is, we can't carry a track. I've got a huge track, but you can't take that everywhere. But you can build scenery in a small apartment. You can set up a nice a HO track and build scenery for it. So I think there's a lot of avenues that people go, I can't really set a big track up. Yeah, but we've got different scales. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and it adds that little extra to the hobby too. I mean, it's one thing of running the cars around the track, but to then take it to make it so it looks like a realistic track, and some of the pictures that you can get, I mean, are phenomenal. If it wasn't for the channels in the track, it would be hard to tell if it wasn't a real track or not. So. No,
I think what you've done though is, which is harder. I mean, slot mods, their tracks obviously wood routed. They're professionally done. They're crafted from start to finish. You've turned a scaletric track into a pretty real looking track, which I think that is harder to turn a plastic layout into a professionally done track. I mean, I'm probably speaking on my own here, but I think that's a lot harder because you are working with what they kind of give you. You've got to try and make it flow nice, make it look real. So I think what you've done, you wouldn't know it's scaletric. You would not know that that's a plastic track.
No, I mean, especially when it's all painted and everything else. I mean, it's hard to tell what it is after that point in time. So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, to be able to do that.
Something right.
What was that?
You're obviously doing something right.
Doing something right. Yeah, right.
I was going to check your comments again, mate. It might slow me down a bit.
Yeah. No, but I'm actually drinking iced tea, guys. So
You're drinking iced tea. I'm drinking, I probably can't say the brand. I'm just trying to see what people are saying in the background. J Rods, hello, mates. Slot Valley. Are we affected by the Chinese shipping? That's a good question. I think we all are.
yeah. I mean,
I think we all
it hasn't really hit. Well, no, it has for supplies and that type of stuff. It is getting a little bit hard to get certain things. I've noticed it, when you go to pick up like certain paints or whatnot. I'm noticing that.
I'm with you. I think the stock at the moment, what they've got is what they've got, and I think that's the hardest thing. Like I went and got some paints because of you, and we spoke about painting from my local hobby shop. And although they had a really good selection, I knew that once that's gone, it's going to take some time to refurbish or refill it. So, and I believe you and I both got packages coming at the moment, and mine are taking forever. I don't know about you, but mine are taking that extra long distance to get here because it's, I think the shipping is more of a premium these days.
No, I've noticed that it's adding a week, maybe sometimes a month to get your items. I've noticed that.
It's crazy.
And then in the stores, it's taking them that much longer to restock the shelves. So yeah.
The motto, if you see it, buy it, I think that's never sounded better.
Right. Well, should we open this up for questions or anything like that? If anyone has a question?
I probably can't bring them up because let me know. I'm going to bring up the chat now. Let me know what happens if you can still see me or hear me. I'll tell you when it's up.
Okay.
It's frozen. Can you still see me now?
I can.
Good. So I'll leave the comments open why if you want to read them, just so I can see what you're reading.
Okay. Stuck low.
Feels like I need my glasses. I don't know if I did not know.
Rusty Race, this might be a good question for you. It says, I'm having a hard time with 124 scale crown gears that are affordable prices, reasonable.
Where's Rusty from? I think I guess it depends on I'm guessing he's probably running, is it a store-bought 124 car? Is it, BRM? Is it Scale Auto? Is he running just a 124 chassis and he builds it up himself? Because the best bet would be, depends on where he lives, will be your hobby shop or eBay, which is what I do. I wouldn't be able to say go here or go there, but the best bet is if you are running BRM or Scale Auto or whatever it may be, try and go direct from them if you can. But your local slot car shop should have everything you need. But again, COVID, mate, it's killed everything.
Yeah, it's really putting a hamper in things. Let's see here. Raymond says, "Hey Boone, how long did it take you to set up your layout?"
Good question.
Well, let's see here. I've been working on this for about 16 months. About 16 months is what I've been working on it. It would have gone faster if I wasn't filming everything. But now anytime that I work on it, I make a video of it. So that actually, that slows down the process a little bit, just doing that. But if I were to just go day in and day out doing it the way that I did, I could probably do this in about 6 months, would be my guess.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. How long does it take you normally to film? Would you find that, I know your videos are pretty epic. Your filming will take a long time, wouldn't it? And editing?
Editing takes a while. Filming, let's see here. Like the last few that I've done, they've taken a couple days to do. About 2 days normally is what filming is. And then editing takes me anywhere from 3 to 5 hours, depending on, you know, how many clips and everything else are in between the length of the video. But
Jeez.
it
You
takes
must
a little
love, you must love that.
Let's see here.
Well, I think Rise has said he's a keen cyclist and parts for bikes are short supply. So I'm guessing not just our hobby, but everything's been hit with this this postage / affordability, whatever it may be.
Right. Let's see here. These hobbies. Here, this looks like one for you.
Rusty's from Maine. So Rusty was going to Professor Motors, but I'm guessing Rusty went to the right spot. I think it's just supply and demand, mate.
Right.
In Australia, Parts Bob in South Australia and Ace Hobbies in Queensland is the best. Well, there you go. Thanks, Rise. In Australia, we're lucky. We've got a lot of online shops and hobby shops. So I think we're pretty lucky when it comes to parts down here. The only thing I find it's hard is we don't have many racetracks in Melbourne. A lot of it's home racing, and our biggest and best is Mr. Slot Car in Hallam. He's the king of the tracks down here, and God bless him, he's still got a storefront open, which is great. But yeah, parts we're lucky here; we can still get some. But I guess we're close to China. I guess that helps.
Right.
But we're still supply and demand. I think it doesn't matter whether you're in Maine, London, India, wherever you may be from. I think we're all suffering the same punishment.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what's your I'm going to probably go on a limb here. What's one of your main goals for next year? I've already outlined mine in my latest video, so I won't need to touch on those again, which I'm honestly a bit nervous about. But what's your main goals? What are you going to try and do in 2022?
Well, 2022, we're going to be obviously still doing a bunch of scenery. I might actually be moving the track to a new location. So looks like I might be moving to another state, and looks like I will have a lot bigger facility. So if that happens, this track is going to get a lot bigger. So
it's going to make mine look small. No.
Well, I've got this sick idea that I want a 40-foot straightaway. I want a 40-foot straightaway. So
how many that's in meters?
Meters? Well, you divide that by 3. So what would that'd be pretty long, man.
That made me do maths live on camera, mate. 12.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at school.
But yeah, we have that. Another thing is I want to start getting more into, per se, the actual slot car side of things. Now, maybe a little bit of reviews on certain things, but I also been kind of playing around with building bodies. So
yes.
So I actually have some stuff.
You might need to talk to Nemus, mate. You used to might need to do a Nemus Boone special.
Right? That'd be kind of fun. That guy's amazing. Stuff he does is just awesome.
And he's hilarious. He is. I was speaking to him this morning, and some of the one-liners that he comes out with when I chat to him on WhatsApp, I'm in tears. He's a funny man.
Yeah.
Too many trophies, though. Too many trophies.
I can't believe all the trophies he had. I was blown away.
I think he added 2 more. I think he just won a fortnight ago. I think he won again. So he's got another 2 trophies to put on the shelf.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll show you mine. I'll show you my trophy. Here it is. I don't have one.
Right.
I've got no trophies. Let me quickly check your comments, big fella.
Yeah. Well,
maybe 40 minutes. I can't believe we're still going. We haven't rambled on yet.
No, we're still going along. Yeah, let me go grab a couple of things that I'm working on right now.
Oh, MP. Hello, MP. Hey, there's a question for you there, Boons.
Oh, there is?
How's it feel to be called the modern day Bob Ross in the slot car scenery community?
Oh no.
Hey, Bob Ross. MP, you're a funny man.
Making happy trees.
I'd like to buy some of the Pioneer cars, Camaro, Mustangs. Should I get a Scalextric or Carrera track set up to run them on? Starting out again. That's a pretty good question because I think that's personal preference, and we probably can both answer this. What's your thoughts? I like Carrera because it's wider. I like the slot depth because you can run your wood routed track guides very easily, but you need space. If you want to do a rally track, you can't really do a rally track with Carrera because the smallest, the R1, is still a very, very tight, very, very wide track. I use it because I've got space. I like it stainless steel. But what's your thoughts? You've got Scalextric, and I don't hate Scalextric. I think it's definitely a great product, but that's my personal reason for using it. What's your thoughts?
Personally, I like the Scalextric. Mere fact, I'm more of a technical style of track. Yep. I do enjoy the tight corners, everything else. The other thing is I enjoy the 1/32 scale cars. Just for the abundance that you have. I mean, there's tons of different 1/32 scale manufacturers that are out there. And no, that's kind of my preference. I mean, I like Carrera track. Don't get me wrong. I like Carrera track. But one thing that I've noticed with digital, and like you've made mention of it, that if you have a digital track, you can only run digital. Is that correct? Look, that's with any brand at the moment. If it's digital, it's digital. You have to swap the power base out or go to Tech Slot and buy their setup. But it is, you either run digital or you run analog. I cheat by swapping out the power bases, which isn't recommended. But yeah, right. It's sort of and I find, I mean, digital is the future, but it's hard to go full digital because, again, there's more analog stuff available, which I think you would agree across all ranges that the options are there. But I think to answer his question is it depends on your space. Depends if you're going to go digital, because then that's a different preference again. Some people like Scalextric digital, some people like Carrera, because it's personal preference, isn't it, mate? It is, but the nice thing about Scalextric, see, I have the Arc Pro, and I have a little switch. I switch on the side that I can make it analog or digital.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, you just flip a switch, and now the track's analog. Flip a switch, and it's now digital. So
much better.
You know, that makes it really nice. That way, I can have both digital and analog cars, and I don't need two different power bases. I just flip a switch. So
that is, you know what? It sounds like a really good idea, but it should be standard, shouldn't it?
It should be. I mean, they should have that option. Why they didn't do that with Carrera, I don't understand. You know,
I'm not too sure if SCX is the same, because I know, you know, sister companies or whatever it may be, but I'm not too sure if SCX did the same with the switch box. But Polycar, well, they haven't gone. Well, it's only really Carrera, SCX, and Scalextric, I guess, isn't it, when it comes to your home set?
Yeah. I know that you know, Alan Smith from 132 Slot Cars has a lot of information on that as well. But he's probably the one to ask a lot of that stuff about.
He is. But I think it's personal preference. I think the biggest thing is space. How much room do you have? And again, I think we overlook SCX digital. I think they've slowed that down at the moment, but that's a very, very genius setup, because it's really just a mechanical switch when it comes to the lane changes, where I don't know what Scalextric is like, but Carrera, it's all powered, and 1 amp you need to do the switches. So you need a really good power source if you're running 6 cars on my track, where I'm not too sure how Scalextric digital works. Do you guys have solenoids or power on your lane changes?
Yeah, it's power. It's like Carrera that way. You know, you have the little eye, and it triggers the eye, and you know, goes that way. But
I really need to get a set. Which, you know, that'll be in the future. I'll set up a little. It'd be good to know about all the sets, but I guess it's personal preference. Let me just quickly check your chats while you show us some of your stuff, man.
Right.
Nah.
So yeah, this is what I've been working on, and more or less what we're doing is creating new bodies, 1/32 scale bodies for slot cars. So some of them are actually 3D, and some of them are for actually resin bodies. But I'm taking reshaping the whole entire car and making bodies that haven't been done before, and then
so this is you. You've made these.
Yeah.
Can you give us a close up of one?
Sure. So here is this is a car. It's based off of a McLaren M12 Can-Am car, and this car actually ran in Japan. But yeah, it's just a matter of just reshaping the whole entire car around, and then get this thing out so we can create a mold for it and start producing some resin bodies for some of these other cars. So cool stuff.
Well, if you need anyone to review them, let me know. I know someone.
Cool stuff. So yeah, I've been working with a gentleman by the name of Arthur. I can never pronounce his last name. He's down in California. And Arthur and I started up a little side company called A&B Slots. And yeah, so we're starting to put together some pretty cool stuff. So there's those.
You're really giving out all your tricks today. I'm surprised.
I'm an open book. I don't hold two cards close to my chest. A lot of guys are like, no, I can't show you that. It's like, that's the only way that's the only way that I'm going to keep what I have is by showing it, as far as passing it forward. I'm a real big believer in passing it forward. So if I have a trick or something like that, I want to share it, because what good does it do me if I'm the only guy that knows the trick?
Spot on.
If we're gonna make this hobby go and boom and everything else, we need to share our information, because I'm only one guy, you're only one guy, but look how many other people are out there. And that's kind of the way that I look at it.
Mate, you're like the triple threat. You can sing, dance, and act. It's a bit scary.
Well, I don't know about my singing, and my will probably tell you
sing.
My dance.
I've heard you sing. I won't bring any of that into play today.
Oh, no.
No. Well, mate, we almost hit 50 minutes. This is again, it's this time flies, and I guess I don't know. Have we started the ramble yet? I don't think we have yet.
Not really.
I thought probably check your comments again. I just can't believe those cars, mate. They look incredible.
Yeah, they turned out really cool. We did that Alan Mann Ford Can-Am car. I posted a bunch of pictures of that. That was a really cool build.
We got our first troll, big fella.
We got what?
We got our first troll. Someone said you all need a life because you're all desperate, and have a great day. Thanks, mate. You know what? I'll take that.
Yeah, I like it.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
I love it. Those people make me so happy. Like, thanks, mate. Man, there's our first. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So, mate, you're desperate and you can get a life, okay?
Yeah. No,
let me know when you do, because I'll follow you.
What was that?
Let me know when you find the life, because I'll come with you.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm happy with what we're doing, mate.
Yeah. No. I want to start getting into HO as well. So I know there's a lot of stuff that I've been working at that's all like 1/32, 1/24 scale, but I figured out a way of doing guardrail and that type of stuff for HO. So actually, you know what? I'll go grab that too. So I'll be right back. I'll show you So I'll show you what some of the stuff that I am working on for HO scale. So be right
Let's
back.
take a short break. I'll be back. Do I have to sing? What do I do? I don't know what to do now.
I'm coming.
So it's funny that you brought up HO because I don't think HO gets enough light either. And again, here in Australia, we still get a lot of AFX sets. I wouldn't say a lot, but we do have HO sets coming in to toy shops and some other stuff. And I've got some stuff coming next year, which I won't say yet, but in March, I may have something special coming up with HO stuff, but I won't say anything yet because I honestly don't know if it's going to happen. But I'm with you. I think HO gets a little bit of a bad rap in our hobby, and it's sort of forgotten because everyone believes it's one big fat magnet that's sort of flying around the track. But when you take a mag, or even if you've got a mag in it, who cares? Some of the racing's pretty damn fun.
Yeah, yeah. And the cool thing about it is say you don't have a big area for a track like this or what you have, an HO fits that area really nice. I mean, you don't
drag
have
strip, anything.
Yeah, yeah. So
And because you and I like Hot Wheels, your dioramas will blend with Hot Wheels and HO together, which I like that.
right, right.
I'm going to shut up now. I want to see a guardrail. I'm going to sit back and watch.
So this is a guardrail that I've been working on for HO. So it's pretty much built the same way that I do the larger guardrail, but you can tell it's a lot smaller.
What's it made out of?
What's that?
What's that made out of?
This is actually made out of aluminum.
I just wanted you to say it.
Aluminum. No, aluminum. Knock it off.
I love it when they say aluminium.
Clown. But no, so this is something that will be coming as well. So I definitely want to start branching it out a little bit more.
So how would you do that in a mass production? What would you use that as a resin mold and then do them in resin, or would you literally make them individually in aluminium and sell them as that kind of set? How would you then mass produce that? Is that like your mold, I would say?
What, this guy?
Yeah, that guy.
No, this is going to be made the same way that I built my other guardrail.
Cool.
So I'm actually going to show you. I'll be right back again.
Jeez, more secrets. I heard it's going to be another costume change.
I could go get my wig again, bring out Bob Ross.
Yes, please. Let's paint the trees.
Here is the here's the molds that I made, for that. So what you would do is like the other guardrail that I built, you go ahead and put your aluminum on this, and then go ahead and form it in, and it would make the guardrail. So just two little things. Actually, this one is for HO, and this one's for 1/48. So
148.
Yeah. So actually, I'd like to do both, because we got 4 different scales of slot cars to play with. And right now we're kind of playing around with 1/24 and 1/32, but we got those 2 smaller scales that I'd like to do some stuff for too. So when I do the HO, I'll be doing those 2 different scales together.
So I think I wish I could see some more 143. I mean, after doing that review on the QA show, I tell you what, that would definitely. Why did they stop? They were incredible, and it literally felt like a 132 scale car on a smaller scale. And I would definitely invest in track if they start producing 143 scale cars as good as they do a 132 or 124. I reckon it's a great scale.
Yeah, it is, and there needs to be more info and stuff put on that. It's a great way. Well, for myself and probably for a lot of people, that's the way we were introduced into slot cars, was through the smaller scales. You know?
Spot on.
Yeah. And well, for one thing, the smaller cars seem to be a little bit more durable than the large ones. And but at the others, I mean, what they're doing with the detail on those smaller cars now, I mean, is really stepped up the game. They aren't the same cars that we had back in the early 70s. You know, they're, I mean, with technology is unreal what they've done for detail. So no,
I've always got HO so close to me. It's not funny. I don't show many of it, but I've always got HO thereabouts because of the whole, I guess, Matchbox, 164 feel. But Slot Car Mod magazine also just said HO is a huge part of the slot car community. He's definitely right. And you just hit it on the nail. That's a starting point, and it shouldn't be a starting point. It should be a starting point, a middle point, and an ending point. We should be able to enjoy that throughout our whole entire time of slot car racing and collecting, because it's weird. We do collect Matchbox cars, Hot Wheels cars, but we don't really lean on the HO, which I think's crap, because I reckon it's an awesome part of our hobby. And as I'll be doing some more stuff with HO in 2022 for sure.
Right. Well, no, I completely agree. I mean, there's no reason why the HO has to be that starting point. I mean, if you go on YouTube or if you go on Facebook and everything else, I would almost say that there's more HO groups and videos out there than there are of the larger scale. And
I agree.
I really think that is something that they could use a lot more support with. So that's,
I think the hardest, I'm no professional when it comes to slot cars at all. And I think we both say we're not, I mean, Nemus is probably the professional when I think about someone who's made his way in slot car racing. But anything that we can do to help any part of this hobby, I think is great. But the hardest thing is I get a lot of information wrong in my videos, and I don't really want to butcher another scale. But you know what? If it helps in any sense or shape or form, you're now doing scenery for HO. I think, mate, it's a no-brainer. It really is. That's just my opinion, and I guess we're on the same page when it comes to HO, which is good. I'm glad. There's two of us.
Yeah,
we
right.
can race each other. 2-lane track. Come to my house.
Yeah. There we go. So how many tracks do you have planned? I mean, I know that you have that routed track in your Carrera.
That's going to be the hardest one, mate. That's going to be the hardest one, to be honest. And I know if I didn't put that video out before 2022, it wouldn't. And I was just speaking to you off camera before, COVID restrictions in Melbourne. I don't know what's going to happen. It would have went live now. So we've had a boom of COVID again. So that may hinder me getting supplies and everything else for the next who knows how long. So I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. But without COVID in the way, I just think making the right track for the routed, because it's going to stay there forever. That's going to be the big decision, which I hope the viewers can choose. Then finding the right people to make it. So I think that's the biggest project. The drag strip is an afterthought. I mean, that's probably going to be the easiest when it comes to getting it routed. I can probably do that myself. It won't be the greatest, but I can get that done. So really, what I'm looking at is a HO track that hangs on the wall. That should be quite easy. I don't know if I want to go plastic or routed yet, because in America, there is a good routed company that I'd love to try out their track. The Carrera one's going to be easy to transform into digital. It's literally, I'll make it a bit smaller, but it's Carrera digital. It's not very hard to do.
Right.
But I think the wood routed track's going to be the hardest, mate. That's going to be the big ticket item, and the one that I think is going to, I've got to do that first. If I don't get that done ASAP, I think I'm going to struggle to get that done in the future. But mate, I've set goals. I hope I don't disappoint. But the goal is to open it up. I'm in regional Victoria, which isn't the greatest for travelling, but my goal is to open this joint up. When people come, they can race. I can film everything then. It just makes it, more professional. And I guess it's just showing that I'm not here just for, 1 or 2 years. I'm here for the long run, I guess. But Time will tell, man. Time will tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many tracks are
Very
you
cool.
building?
Just one right now.
And your one beats all of mine, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Well, mate, we've almost hit an hour. What's your thoughts?
It's completely up to you. Completely up to you. I know that it's earlier where you're at. I didn't know if you had more stuff you wanted to do today, or I know that.
I'll check your comments. See if anyone's asking. Let's have a look. Let's see if anyone's asking you any more questions. Oh, Slotcar Mods Magazine. Will you be using copper tape or braid on your wood track? Good question. I actually got asked that yesterday as well in a message. I probably won't use copper tape. Definitely not. I think for longevity, you know, and for the money that I'll invest in the track, I think it's either going to be Magna Braid or braid itself. I'll probably go Magna Braid because that gives me the option to run mag. I'm not against magnet, and I'm not against magnet. So I do enjoy running cars without a magnet in it because it does feel like you have to drive the car. But I also enjoy the car that you buy from the shelf has got a magnet in it. I want to run it as is sometimes. So I think Magna Braid's the way to go. Yes, if you take the magnet out, you will still get some kind of magnetic downforce from the motor. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy to take that on the chin. But yeah, definitely probably Magna Braid. What's your thoughts, mate?
No, I agree with you. I think that's a wise way to go because it's going to open up whether or not you can run magnets or not. Some cars are a little bit hard to run without a magnet. You know, the balance is off and built for that magnet. So, yeah, otherwise you're having to add lead into the car and everything else and trying to get the balance right. So no, I think that's a good
question I get asked a lot is why I think this is the question I get asked more than anything is why I don't upgrade the cars for review. I think the purpose of my reviews, hopefully, is to show what you're getting when you purchase it. So that's probably why I have to Magna Braid as well, because I like reviewing a car as you will purchase it. So the person at home knows, I mean, I'm not the greatest driver, I'm not the worst, but this is how the car will perform, hopefully, when I get it home. So that's probably why I kind of have to go Magna Braid, because I do like doing honest reviews. Yes, we can all put upgrades on our cars. We can take magnets out. We can put brand new tires on it. We can, cut the body so there's no body roll. I mean, I will get into that in the future, but I don't want to scare people off saying, hey, here's your $100 car. Now let's put another, 70, $80 in it. And they're going, hold on, I just bought this car.
right.
So that's probably why I would go Magna Braid, just to support that review side of it.
Right. Looks like I have a question here. It says DC. Let's see here. Are you considering a move to Texas? Yes, that's where I'm actually looking at. I work for Boeing and stuff in San Antonio, or I might actually be up in the Fort Worth area, but I am actually considering moving to Texas. So, yeah, that's where I might be calling home.
Texas,
big old land of Texas.
Gee, we've had a fair bit of behind the scenes of Boons today. It's great.
Hey, get to know some of my secrets.
So just to recap, I've been taking notes, mate. I don't know if you've seen me with the pen. So you're going to review. You're going to build some magnetic racing kits.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're getting yet, do you?
No, I kind of put out a couple things, but I wanted them to go ahead and surprise me. So I don't think I'm getting anything too large, because they asked me, well, what size do you want? And I kind of looked at the track and I said, I'm kind of running out a little bit of room, so kind of the smaller kits. But no, I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what they send me. It's gonna be some fun stuff. So
the other notes I took, which you probably didn't see me because I'm pretty quick with the pen,
right.
You're building car bodies hopefully in the future.
Yes. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm actually going to start doing some videos on on taking a car body that's like a resin kit or even a white kit, might even get into white kits, and we'll build it from all the way through. So that might be
another secret. Another secret. Oh, damn it.
That might be, you know, a couple different videos, because that would be a really long video trying to do all at one time. But definitely, I'd like to do that. Or
That's very smart.
Build stuff like that, and that can have a variety of difficulty level as well. I mean, you've got just a regular base.
Build with boons.
What's that?
Is it going to be called Let's Build with Boons?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Hold on, I'm trademarking that right now, mate. You're going to
pay.
Now
you're writing that one down. Okay.
I'll write that one down. I'll be your manager. Hey, one photo only, please. One photo only.
Right.
So what else I tapped on? HO. You've tapped on. You're doing the HO, getting into more HO stuff. So scenery, building your own kits, which I think is really, really cool.
Yep, definitely want to tap into HO for the new year. So, and
potentially reviews of slot cars. I think you did say that. I don't know if I wanted to say that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, you did.
We might. I don't know. You know, I'm just keep on piling more stuff on my plate. So, you know, I have that. I have the 3D printing thing that we're playing around with. You know, there's all sorts of different stuff. And then I still, I'm in the works of trying to put together an actual page for the channel. So putting together t-shirts, hats, that type of stuff. And then also there's going to be items that I'm going to be building that I'm not going to be able to use. So I would like to maybe start selling those things off as well. So, you know, when I start doing different things, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, I'll be right back again.
I have to tell you why I'm laughing though, because MP is on fire today, mate.
He's what?
The reason I'm laughing because I read some of the comments, and I'll tell you what, MP, he is on form. He said, hope I don't get sued here. Hold on, let me wait till my comments load up because I'm running. He said, Boone the builder. Can he fix it?
Well, it's like this, okay? The Dunlop bridge that I built, and this was done out of polystyrene and has you know, cool bridge, really cool bridge.
I thought it was real thread when you showed me that. I actually said that to you. Is that real rubber? And you said, no, I've carved that in. No, I can't believe it.
Yeah, this was cut out of polystyrene, and then I formed it so it actually has a sidewall to it and everything else. So this type of stuff, I want to do some videos on how to build this one. And then there's also a lot of other iconic, you know, Dunlop bridges and Goodyear and stuff like that. Well, I only have room for one bridge. So yeah, what I like to do is we'll build this stuff and then I'll have a place to put it up, you know, for sale afterwards. Or, you know, maybe even start looking into doing commission builds for guys. So, you know, that's always kind of a thought too. So,
or giveaways.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to start doing that. You know, it's like, okay, I'll be back again.
I'm going to read your comments while you're going. Hold on.
Well, it's like him, you know.
I might as well play Atari in the background.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, it's like drip. So I have this, and this is the one that I built for. Yeah, this is the one I built for the video. And he's still hanging out. I still have one on the track. So it's like this. What do I do with him? Well, we need to do a giveaway. I think you're right.
You need to sign.
What's that?
You need to sign the back of it.
I can sign on the back side so we don't, you know. But I would definitely need to give him away. So good idea. We're going to do a giveaway. So
yes.
So this guy's coming.
Right, Trav, we're not doing a live stream anymore, mate. You cost me money. All right, he's giving the track away, everyone. Subscribe. He's giving the track away.
Not yet.
Oh, damn it. Well, mate, we've hit an hour and 10. I'm surprised the tree that's holding up my internet hasn't burnt down or fallen over yet, so we're doing okay. I'll quickly check your comments. But time's flying, man. I can't believe how fast it's going. Let me have a look at your comments.
We're already into this over an hour.
Yeah, 110. And MP said, yes, he can. I'm guessing referencing your Bob the Builder. William, love all the new slot car channels, been into the hobby since 1969, so he would have had that original feel. Currently have 124, have 124, 132 set up, but have upwards of 200 HO, late 60s through to 70s Aurora. Man. Wow.
Awesome stuff.
He's an OG. He's the original. We should be he should be doing a channel, not us.
Yeah.
Well, not me anyway. Not me.
Lots of wisdom there.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
See, HO is the go, they say. It's another bumper sticker. I'm going to write that one down quickly. HO is the go. Done.
Is the go.
Well, what's up? Thoughts, mate? I unless anyone's got any other questions, I think I've learned a lot about booms today, and thank you for bringing me on, mate. You probably could have done this on your own and got double the views, to be honest.
Well, we need to do this more, you know. And then we get MP in here as well. He's always fun to play around with.
We do.
So
we need to do a panel. We need to do I'll have to go inside for that because I won't be able to stream it. But we definitely need to do a panel where we just jam out some ideas. I know we're all on the same page here. MP can't wait to get on as well. I think you're spot on, mate. This has to be a regular thing where we can bring people on and we can just chat all things slot car racing, whatever it may be. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's if people want to watch us. I don't know.
Yeah, we just, have an open panel type of thing too. So just, bring in whatever question that you have and throw it on the table and see what we can do with it.
Rusty Racing 67. I finally found a slot car community live thumbs up. Thanks, man.
All right.
Absolute
cool.
legend. Carl, I have 40 Arton 143 Arton. Yes. Can't find the tires. If you run Arton on 12 volt, they boogie, but where can I get tires from? It's funny you said that because I did a 143 video where I had an Arton F1 car. It's like a cartoon car. And, mate, that thing boogied on my track. But, of course, I ran it on the 132 track. Tires, though, I don't know who makes 143 tires. Do you know who makes, mate?
I don't know.
Phil, hi, guys. Great to see you doing the stuff to keep the hobby visible. Thanks, man. Well, we're trying, I guess. Crash and burn.
Doing what we can.
Slot Car Mods Magazine, mate, thank you very much. And I'm going to plug him here. If you haven't, please check out his online mag. Slot Car Mods Magazine is on Instagram. Really, really good stuff, man. He touches on scratch building. He touches on HO. I'm plugging him because his stuff is really, really good. So if you're not following him on Instagram, please do because he's a really, really good magazine. Oh,
great resource.
Oh, yeah, mate, knowledgeable, nice guy. Not one part of the hobby is left untouched by him. Let me just have a quick look at my slot cars with shout-outs. They're homemade models. I can call them swaddles. I put channels on my slot cars with shout-outs. They're homemade models. I call them swaddles. Swaddles. I like that. Show us your swaddles.
Yeah.
Well, you are the host, Boons. I'll leave it up to you. What's your thoughts, mate? We've hit 1 hour and 13 minutes.
Well, I think we've done enough damage for one day. What do you think?
I think we have. My chair keeps going lower and lower. I've got a dodgy gas strap.
Well, make sure you check out Travis's channel, That Slotcarguy. So definitely want to put a plug out for you, big guy. So,
no, but I appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate it.
I'm just the wild guy who plays carries around with happy trees and puts on a wig and talks to a cutout of Bob Ross every once in a while.
And the problem is, I'm witness to that. I can tell the people I have seen him talk to Bob Ross. It's not good.
It's not good. It's not healthy.
Thanks, TNT Motorsport Complex, mate. Check out his channel too. We're going to plug everyone here. TNT does good stuff as well. Great racetrack setup, and he does some racing videos, which is really, really good. The Fingers, thank you, legend. Anyone else is in the chat. And Boons, thank you, mate, for bringing me on. I know you didn't have to. I really do appreciate it, man. And yeah, you're a good man. You're a good man.
Thanks, buddy. I will talk to you soon, and let's do this again.
All right. What's your catchphrase? I say support your local. What's your one?
Let's do this.
I love it. See you, mate.
All right. Ciao.
See you, brother.
Bye.